Mount Tumbledown, Part 2. At that moment, we were the only ones still fighting. So I made a desperate decision. I ordered Soldier Rotella to take the mortar with some rags and fire the 54 shells onto our own positions. The British, caught by surprise, began to retreat as they did not occupy the trenches. It was an indescribable situation. Suddenly, we went from being almost dead to what seemed like a victory. We felt an immense euphoria. We started shouting, "Come on, you Scottish bastards! Here is the Marine Infantry, you cowardly sons of bitches!" It was a way to drive out the terror we felt at that terrible moment and to give ourselves courage. It was 0140. There was a pause in the fighting. At about 02 hours, we were attacked by a second Scottish company, and at 05 hours by a third enemy company. When the second attack began, I realized we were completely surrounded and being fired upon from several directions at once. Our machine guns ran out of ammunition, and we only had our rifles left. I was firing to the left when a soldier crossed enemy lines to tell me that Second Lieutenant Silva was dead. It was around 03 Maupos, and the enemy began to occupy our trenches, killing the soldiers who were in them. The situation was terrible. At that moment, I saw Sergeant Castillo firing from behind his position. Then a Scottish soldier killed Soldier Galarza with a bayonet. Castillo left the trench, his back to the enemy, trying to shoot the Scotsman who had just killed Galarza. He shouted, "You English bastard!" and was killed instantly. Castillo died trying to defend a subordinate. Our casualties kept increasing. It was 05 in the morning. Then I called the artillery chief and ordered him to fire on our positions. I argued with the battalion commander and started cursing everyone. In the end, he fired on us with the Argentine 105mm howitzer battery that was with the battalion and also with a battery from the Argentine army. There were casualties on both sides. At 0715, I realized no one was responding to my orders anymore. I heard the screams of the wounded. I didn't know if everyone was dead or had surrendered, but no one answered me. Then, in anger, I broke up the radio. I began to slowly climb out of my trench, thinking they would kill me right there. With my hands behind my head, I saw the enemy in front of me. I said in English, "Don't fire. I'm Lieutenant Vasquez in charge of these soldiers, and I will speak with them." "Okay," the enemy replied. It was a hellish sight of dead men, Argentines and Scots alike. Then I said, "Attention 4th Section. I am Lieutenant Vasquez. The battle is over. Stay calm and come out with your hands up. Your lives will be respected. Leave your weapons and come to my trench." Only 6 of my soldiers were still alive. After many years, I came to the conclusion that a man accepts death for 2 reasons. The first is to not abandon the comrade, the brother in arms who is fighting by his side. And the second reason is that we soldiers want to live on in the memory of our comrades and our countrymen. However, most soldiers die in anonymity and solitude. The battles left deep scars on the soldiers of both sides. The British saw in Mount Tumbledown a test of their ability to overcome a well-organized defense, while the Argentines remembered the battle as an example of their resistance against a numerically and materially superior enemy. The Scottish human losses were enormous, though their official reports do not reflect the true number of casualties they suffered. The Falklands War was not just a military confrontation, but a human tragedy that exposed the complexity of armed conflict. Through the testimonies of those who fought and suffered, we can remember that war, beyond strategies and political outcomes, is made up of human stories of sacrifice, fear, courage, and loss.